but you are getting ready to tune in to Ladies Talk. Give us just a minute or so and we will be live. Hey, take a second to go spread the word on social media. Go tell some friends. Tap that app. That's what we say around here at Just for Fun Radio. We'll be going live soon. Well, I am. We're live on video, but we just need to test our mics, huh? Oh, yep. But I just went live. Like after the. Yeah. I can't hear you, Ashley. That's because you're sitting way down there.
I know.
Oh.
Lean into the microphone.
Try it now, Ashley.
No.
Oh.
There you go.
We found you. I see Ashley. I see Missy. I see Corina. I didn't say. Ashley, all I can see is your head.
I can't even see you now. You're good.
That child. Hey, your child.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna live down that I'm 8 years younger.
Well, honey, that's a long that's a lot of time.
A lot of shit can happen. At 8
Yeah.
years. Hey, go like this. So your hair's not sticking up. You'll look in the camera. You'll love me for it. There you go.
Okay. Better.
Yep.
Much better.
Yeah, you'll be happy.
That's a true
You'll
friend
be like,
right there.
yeah. There's a booger on your nose.
Right. So I'm still freaking out about the fact that Scotty knows Kevin like
I have
that.
to talk about that because it's a small town. Y'all ready?
Oh. Yep.
Let's do this.
All right, everybody. We are live, and this is Ladies Talk on Just for Fun Radio. DJ Smiles here. And tonight in the studio, we have the lovely Missy,
Hello.
Miss Ashley.
Hello.
And all the way from Germany, we have a very special guest, a family friend, or family, as we like to refer to them as, Miss Corina.
Hello.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
there we go. See, Scotty had, try that again.
He probably had Mike
Hello.
muted.
There you go. Scotty had Mike muted.
As usual.
Yeah. Yes, she's sitting in Mike's seat. It's either Mike or Stephanie always that's muted, just for the record. So there's always one of them muted about whenever I get down here, and today was Mike. Which Mike was on a roll today. If y'all missed
He
the morning
was,
show.
wasn't he? Oh my
It
goodness.
was so funny though.
But he was like seriously ADD. Like
That's nothing new. I mean, there's always one, two, or three, or all of them are ADDs.
yeah.
Hell, I'm ADD.
I was gonna say we can't really say much, can we?
No. Today's been a great day. I was off all day, and it's been an awesome week. Sorry we're not here last week. I can't remember why we were not here
You
last
had
week.
to work.
Yeah, you had to work
Oh,
because of your back.
good Lord, Tuesday. I was out in my back, so I didn't go to work, so I had to make up the time on Thursday because, we got to make the money.
Eat.
Oh, it was terrible. But good news is my back seems so much better. And how about this? Last night I had the best sleep I've had in forever. I don't know why, but I think what I did, and this is crazy. Well, first of all, today, we went to the doctor. Everybody is following Scotty's progress, and I'm so grateful to say that Scotty is going to be just fine.
Goodness.
There's, as Philip and Abby said, and this really cracked me up because I loved it. They said that, well, now that we know there's no chance of cancer or anything like that, we can kind of treat him like bad grandpa. And so now we can do like all the jokes, and I've been very good so far. But the good news is there's no huge scares. Everything's going to be okay. They gave him some really good anti-inflammatories that are stronger than just ibuprofen. So
Good.
he has some fluid. But anyway, we'll take care of that. Haha. It's a different kind of fluid, by the way.
Ah.
Anyway,
I'm seriously, my other half actually asked me, I'm trying to, because I'm encouraging him because he is 46. I'm like, Kevin, you have got to go in and have physical done. You have got to do it.
yeah. Did you know 15 to 30 is whenever guys are diagnosed with prostate cancer? I never knew this. After 30, they're kind of out of the woods. It's not that it doesn't happen. I didn't know this until I went through all of this. So I'm sitting here and the doctor told me that, and I was like, that's bullshit because I know men that get cancer. Okay. And no, I just said that all wrong. Testicular cancer.
Yes.
You're out of the woods after 30.
Yeah.
not prostate
not
cancer.
prostate. No,
So that's where I
because
was
they
trying-
start checking for prostate at 40. If you have had a family member that carries that, if they've had it, they start testing at 40. But it's almost mandatory with your health insurance and life insurance to have that done at 50 to check for the prostate.
And this was another interesting fact, and you ladies may have known this, but being females who give birth to children or whatever, I mean, it seems like we would know how this works. But did you know that boys, right before you have a baby, their testicles are actually attached to their kidneys
Yes.
and then they drop down?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And
Huh.
I wasn't pregnant, but I do know that.
I
Yeah,
never-
I've never been once and I lost it. But my little brother,
I never knew that.
bless
I
his
never
heart,
knew
Daniel,
that.
I'm sorry for putting your business out in the street. But yeah, one of his didn't come down and they had to go in and
So
tack it
stays
down.
attached to the kidney at that point?
yes, yeah, at that point, and they have to go in and work it down and then do a little stitch.
I felt so stupid when the doctor was saying that. I was
No.
like, I feel really stupid. I feel like I should have known that. I've had a little boy, but I just did not know that's how everything transpires. And what made him tell us this is because Scotty kept saying that he was having severe nausea, and he says that whenever a guy is hit, like impacted in their testicles, they have that nauseous feeling, and it's because it's connected to their kidneys.
Yeah.
And it's a nerve thing. I was like, oh, well, anyway, there you go.
You always think they're just being dramatic, but
No,
they're not.
I mean, I can only imagine
Ye-
because
yeah,
even our breast, our female organs, if we're hit
They hurt.
hard, and I'm
They
kind of glad my
hurt.
ovaries are up inside. And listen to all this ball talk. I'm glad we carry our boobs on our chest.
I know that's right.
Because I would hate. We have went to every store we know trying to find good underwear, and I was like, this is kind of like trying to find a good bra.
hmm
But even
I
harder.
can't find a good bra. It's just not
No.
not unless I'm going to spend $100
Right.
and go get fitted.
I agree.
Is there such thing as a good bra?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
if you
well,
go get
I mean,
fitted.
I've had
Yeah.
them before, but
Yeah.
that was when I was much smaller. As the bigger
Right.
you get, I mean,
It's hard to find one.
yeah,
No matter what bra I get, no matter how much the money, no matter what I spend, no matter who sizes me, and I just hate bras.
You
They're
always
so
have the
uncomfortable.
underwire coming out, within
No,
a
I
month.
can't. Yeah, I just can't even do an underwire. I've found actually that the best ones are sports bras for me. They're the most comfortable.
Oh, I wish I could wear one. I wish I could.
yeah, no,
There's no way. Ashley knows.
You get to a certain, you get to a certain breast size, and sports bras just aren't available anymore.
Not
Like,
at all. No.
I mean, no, I'm sorry,
Wow.
they are available, but you do not want to wear
No.
them.
But it
No.
keeps it
No,
just
honey.
keeps-
But
There's
not
so much weight.
anymore.
No, and I'll explain it. There's so much weight there that in a sports bra, then it actually pulls on your neck because the way
Yeah,
the
and then-
sports bra is connected on the back.
Okay, I never really thought. Well, I guess I can kind of understand that because at the end of the day, no matter what, even in a good sports bra, I'm kind of sore right here.
Right.
So yeah, I get that kind of, but still, man, I hate bras. Free balling.
I mean, I can make 2 steps into I go into the garage, 2 steps into the door, and that's the first thing before I even
Snatch.
put my purse down. That bra is coming off. I cannot stand
I have
it.
Yeah.
bras like all over my house because wherever
So
I'm
do I.
standing,
So do
I'm like
I.
taking it off.
Kevin's like, can you please put your bras in one place? I'm like, because they're on the kitchen table, they're on the living room, they're on the sofa, they're in the bathroom, and I'm the back patio, just where it rand up.
That
And
is
I'm like,
funny.
no, if people don't like it, they don't need to look
It's
at
just
it
a
then.
bra,
It's
dear
just a
God.
bra,
It's not
right?
like my drawers. I've been known to take those off.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's a little different.
we won't go to those stories.
Hey. Ashley, I love you.
I
Just
love
leave
you
those
too.
stories right where they're at. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
wasn't me,
I'm
it was
gonna have to.
Christine.
We're all gonna have to go out, and I've got to meet Christine.
Christine, I was trying to
Yeah.
plan something for tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to work out. Well, I would love for us to take Karina to the social house.
That would be fun.
And let her
Don't they have a
meet-
karaoke?
on Friday? We can go do karaoke.
Oh my goodness! I love
Um,
Oh
karaoke.
gosh. No.
I will sing with you. I am karaoke queen.
Yep, we all are.
Yep.
After a couple of these, like we love to sing, So we will definitely also talk about that. and
I
see-
can
That'd be
sing.
great.
I'll stand there. It doesn't matter how much I got. I crack up laughing and I can't sing. I'm sorry.
I bet you would be so much fun singing with.
I think yeah, me too.
I want to learn how to speak German. I think it sounds amazing. It's her accent.
Yeah.
Saley is learning.
Zaylee's learning. She was teaching Zaylee how to count in German.
Oh, cool.
That's the perfect age.
Yes.
I mean, they say like 2 is
Yeah.
like one of the best
Yeah.
ages to start with the other languages.
Well, if I knew another language, I would teach her another language.
Right.
Only thing I know is Southern English.
Don't you
Right.
have
I took Spanish for a year and failed that, and French for a
Isn't
year
that
and failed that.
redneckish?
Redneckish? No. Oh
No,
no.
but can't
It's
you get,
country.
like-
I have country. I'm country.
Can't
It's
you
different.
get like tapes or DVDs?
You're right. Yeah, I've done some sign language like that. You know, that's where she knows her little few bit of sign language. But the thing is, when I try to say it, it just don't sound the right. It don't sound-
That's why you should get like DVDs,
And let her
like
sit there.
little movie DVDs that explain to her and tell her the words and all that. how
And then
you
she'll be
how you
talking
say
to
it.
me, and I'll be like, "What did you say?"
That's why you sit down and learn.
And learn it with her. That is a good idea. But okay, Ashley, that's what we're gonna have to do with okay, that's what we're gonna have to do with Zaylee.
You'll get that right one day.
Okay. Yep. I will. Okay, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it is. Talk about ADD radio.
Right.
Tomorrow night we will all try. We were either thinking of maybe going to the social house or doing something here. There's a game that we play called Quilf that we haven't played in a little while, but it does require spirits because you got to be full of spirits in order for it to be as much fun.
Yeah, because if you even if you just watch the game, much less play it, and you have no spirit at all,
It's not happening.
no, it's just you're like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid.
But we have had
But
so
it
much
is
fun
so
with that
fun,
game, though.
so fun.
we really have.
When
Well,
we have all
well-
this equipment down here, we can't do our own karaoke.
I'm sure we could right there in our living room.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty used to do karaoke. I'm sure he would not mind.
I have a karaoke machine in my house.
Oh, do you?
Zoe's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be even more fun.
Yep.
But we do want to get you to the social house before you go because you need to meet Dusty and Todd and everybody out there. They're a pretty cool place. So anyway, what are you thinking, Ashley? It just seems like there was like this little, you know how you see like a little bubble go up over somebody's head? I think I seen one over there, but I really wasn't sure. So
No, actually, I was just trying to figure out transportation for myself.
Oh. we,
We can work that out.
Yeah,
Stephanie and Travis can drop you off.
right.
Yep.
Because my chauffeur is working, so
We have a bed. We have empty beds.
I have a real good one that will only drink one beer at a
Oh,
place.
you have a
and
Scotty.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so
Yep.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. that's what I
That's
need.
Pretty awesome.
I need one of those.
Yep, because Scotty is the best designated driver.
so is
ever.
Kevin. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Speaking of Kevin and Scotty, funny
What
is
a
this?
small world.
yeah. So we're all upstairs and we're finishing up dinner and we were celebrating Abby's birthday. If any of you all are listening and you did not already know that it was Abby's birthday, and if you know her, because she doesn't put it on Facebook.
No.
Who doesn't put their birthdays on Facebook? But anyway, Abby doesn't. So everybody, please go wish her a happy birthday. But anyway, Missy is on the phone, and all of a sudden, I was trying to figure out. We were all trying to figure out why Scotty was trying to get Missy's phone from her. We're like, what's going on? And she's over there and she locks it really fast. So that makes us wonder what else is in that phone. But anyway, apparently he's seen a picture of your man.
Yeah. Yeah. And they've known each other for quite a few years.
And we've been like, we've got to get Kevin and Scotty together.
I
We've
know.
gotta let them meet.
We got to let them meet because they're so much alike to me, I guess. And yeah. And Kevin kept saying too, I mean, he looks familiar. He looks familiar. And I'm like, when I called him, I was like, how do you not remember who you got Max from? His Great Dane he loved. I mean, he absolutely lived for that dog.
He may have remembered Tanya. Scotty was in a relationship with Tanya at the time, and she does the pet rescue, and she had a lot going on with the Great Danes. And I know
Yeah.
him and Tanya kind of did that together, and she still does the Great Dane rescue. So because that's where he got Indy, and he also got Bella. Bella's not a Great Dane, but
No.
nope, she's a
I was gonna
Pressa.
say,
No,
Bella does
no,
not
she's
look
no
it.
Great Dane, but she's a Pressa, and Pressas are also one of those dogs that people get them and they think, oh, that's so cool to have this dog, and they realize
Yeah.
it takes. a
But they
special
even
kind
go
of-
back further
Oh,
than
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back, so it's small world. Small world. I think it's great though.
She said, "It's a small town. I'm not sure how I like it," or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's been so long. I spent 10 years in Indiana where I didn't know, anybody because this is where I'm from. And so I've been back here for the last 2 years and I'm just like, oh my goodness, everybody I went to high school or dated, everybody knows everybody now. This could not be a good thing. What's that line in the Miranda Lambert song? I'm going to be where my reputation doesn't precede me.
You're okay though. You're safe with us. Or in this town. What part of Indiana did you live in?
Fort Wayne.
Oh, okay. I've been to Maryville
About
Maryville.
45 minutes from there.
and Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
That's where Michael Jackson was from, Gary, Indiana. My ex-husband was from there too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yankees.
Oh,
yeah.
that face on like
Freaking Yankees.
You know what though? It's funny. My daughter's birthday, my ex flew in. He was with her from the time she was 4 until she was, I don't know, 13 or 14, whatever. So anyway, he flew in to surprise her for her graduation birthday or whatever. And I was kind of in an awkward spot because, and Ashley was there. But
sorry.
of course, my husband, Scotty, knew all this before we got there. So it wasn't a surprise to us, but it was a surprise to Beth, my daughter. So we get there and David had flew in to surprise her from Indiana. That's my ex-husband. And her dad was there. And I'm going to just go ahead and say this because this is just for fun radio and y'all can, hopefully y'all understand this and not judge me. But anyway, Scotty is standing in the kitchen and everybody's standing there. And Scotty says, so honey, how does it feel to be standing in the room with, three of your exes? In different wording because Scotty.
Yes.
I wanted to turn around and throat punch him, but I didn't really know what to say. And I was like, really? You just did that to me? You threw me under the bus, blah, blah, blah. But here's a real funny. I said, because Ashley was standing there and Crystal Miller, who is 2 of my closest friends, and they have hung out with Christine a lot of times. And I said, well, I'll take it another step further. I'm also standing here with 2 of the girls I make out with. Christine.
There you go.
Yeah, she
Right back at you.
So it was just kind of fun. Although I'm stretching the truth just
Right.
for funny. I have not made out with them. I've just fondled their boobs and stuff.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I finger
Right.
their boob
Who
crack.
Who
Right.
hasn't?
Right.
So anyway, it was kind of interesting, but it was funny and
Yeah, that had to be awkward. I cannot imagine being in the room with both my ex-husbands and Kevin. And no,
it was fun.
I'm good with
Actually, whenever we left there, Scotty was like, he's not so bad. I said, he's
Oh.
great now that I'm not married to
that.
him.
Right.
I mean, we just didn't need to be married. That's all there was to it. And I never said he was really a bad person. He just didn't know how to, he just was not a one woman man. So, and I don't like that. So he had to go.
He had to go.
That's-
and I'm
that's
where
fine.
I'm supposed to be. So I'm extremely happy with the outcome, but it wasn't bad. Him and they had a great conversation. Everything was good, except for the douchebag baby daddy. He was who he was. Ugh. I never married him. He was an accident. Only thing,
He was an
the only thing I got good out of him was Beth.
Right.
I was fixing to say, no, Beth, you were
Beth.
not the accident.
Beth was amazing. She was my angel. God placed him in my life to
Right.
give me Beth. I promise you
She
that.
is a sweetheart.
She's my love. I mean, she really is. I finally got it right. I love all of my children, but
There's always
everybody's
that
different.
one. There's that
Mm.
one.
But that whole situation, it reminds me of let's see what's going on right now tonight. And the reason why I'm here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ah.
I was like, maybe we should ask
Because,
Ashley what's
yes.
going on at her house right now.
Because as right now, my ex-husband and my ex-fiance are both at my house, and I'm here. Yay!
And I bet neither one of them's getting anything done. You thought they were getting done. They're sitting
Oh,
around.
probably not.
no,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
Ashley.
no.
But that right there tells us a lot.
But that also says that we're good enough people to where we can get along with our exes. That's not
Oh,
that
absolutely.
bad. I'm okay with moving on and I'm good with that. I don't hate anyone.
Well, that's one thing that me and the girl's dad, that we vowed from the beginning. like through our divorce was the fact that we would remain, friends no matter what.
Right.
Because he came from a really bad situation, a really bad breakup where, his mom and dad cannot be in the same room as each other, even as him being an adult. I mean, they've never been able to.
That's
So, I
horrible.
mean, and that's always been a struggle for our kids as far as their grandparents
Right.
go. So we knew we were not going to do that to them as parents.
That's very big of you, both of you.
I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And more parents need to be that
They
way.
do. They do.
Because this whole fighting and keeping the kids from the other parent,
It's
and
been taken out on the
it's-
kids, and that's
Mhm.
BS.
it's awful. I mean, I was my son has a baby's mama, and I've experienced that this past weekend because of his choices and how he's choosing to be right now. I mean, they're young, okay, but at the same time, it's like put a wedge and it separated me from being able to spend time with Lily, which is one of my granddaughters, because they can't seem to get their shit together. I mean, they're always, I don't know. I mean,
So if she hates him, you can't see Lily.
she says that I can see Lily, but the problem is when I do, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It just causes so much drama and tension. It's like you can't let her see him, and if I'm showing him pictures, I don't know. They've got each other blocked, and so anyway, they're on the up right now. I hope, and he's working on through the courts to get visitation and stuff. We'll see what happens with all of that, but the point I'm getting at is it just does nobody any good. It's not good for the kid.
No.
I mean,
No.
she is missing out on a world
Yep.
of a family that
Right.
will love her and be good to her, and all because of their whatever,
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I just hate that. If you have exes and you have kids with them, you get along with them, and definitely don't deprive the grandparents. That's not fair.
No, that's not fair.
And in Georgia, there's no grandparents law.
Oh
Grandparents'
Lord,
rights.
I hope my mama's not listening. She will every time my brother and Sandy and Landon live with them. And anytime my brother wants to get smart, she's like, I'm gonna call my attorney. I got grandparents law. I'll take Landon.
See, I
Ooh,
mean-
Lord,
But
I
no-
gotta tell her now.
No, in the state of Georgia, grandparents have no rights.
Nope.
Like, period.
And I thought that they did.
What?
And
Mm-mm.
someone who was close to me was going through a situation, and that's whenever I discovered. And she did get an attorney, and she tried to do all of that. And she was just to find out that in the state of Georgia, which most states do have grandparents'
Mhm.
rights, the state of Georgia, there is no rights. It's just going to take something happening to change that. It's one of those things. Almost every time we do a ladies' talk show, there's something we come up with. I wish that we could change it. You know,
Right.
a few weeks ago it was the right to donate blood. There's things there that needs to change. But anyway,
Well,
I could go on.
going back to the grandparents' law, that's something that I unfortunately had to go through and learn about when I was really young, because my cousin could no longer take care of his son, and so the mom, stripped him of his rights. In doing so, it stripped all of us.
All of them.
And
Oh.
so by law, it was put into, law that no one in the family could contact him until his 18th birthday, including his grandparents.
Dang.
That's
And so
wrong.
that
That's
was
just wrong.
that was us. That was a cousin we had grown up, grew
Yeah.
up with, and then we could no longer have him in our lives. And
Yeah.
so then by the time he was 18, we're all strangers to him. He doesn't know who we are.
And again, all those years he was deprived from growing up with cousins and family. And I think what the parents don't think about sometimes is who do they have left after the parents are gone? You
Right.
know, I mean, it's
Right.
like growing up, I'm so glad I have my brother. And then I see some people who have, like my grandmother had herself and 4 siblings. Well, my grandmother passed away. She was 83 years old, and she was the next to the last sibling. But I remember, shortly before she passed, she was so afraid that not that her, I don't mean this bad. I'm sure she wouldn't have meant it bad neither, but she was so afraid that her brother was going to leave and she was going to end up being the only one
The
left.
last one, yeah.
Because she had lost all of her siblings. Even most of their children have passed. My like I said, my grandmother lived to be 83, and there was us, our generation. But anyway, for the ones that are out there that are only kids, like the
Right.
only child, that right there, you think growing up, haha, I'm the only kid, I get all the attention, but in the long run, that's what you have later on as family. So.
Well, and to me, as far as especially blood, I mean, at some point you've got to learn of forgiveness, and you've got to learn to move on
Absolutely.
for those kids' sake.
For those kids.
You know, because I look at now something that's actually been stretched out over the last 5 years, you know, is my mom and her only sister. And that, you know, their parents have been dead. My grandparents died 4 months apart 5 years ago, and my aunt still
They're
won't
not
settle the estate, nothing. And you know, it's going all the way down to affecting our children. You know,
And
so
how
Right,
sad
right,
is that?
yeah.
I mean,
death does this
Right.
to families.
yes. You know, just because the fact they, you know, they can't, you know, get things worked out as much as my mom tries, you know, to get it all worked out. And it's just sad when stuff like that happens in a family and you see it generation after generation of, you know, going down.
Or petty.
Somebody needs to break the cycle.
Right.
Somebody
Yeah,
has
but
to.
you know what? It's sometimes very hard because my mom, she has 2 sisters and 1 brother. Each of them have, well, 2 of them have kids, and they're not talking for years. I've tried, and they brush me off. They ignore me. They get really, really, how do I put that? Not very nice.
Just
Angry?
standoffish, yeah.
So all I do is when I see him, I'll just turn around and walk away.
Well, let me give you a little positive spin to that. We went through this. My dad, his 2 sisters and brother they hadn't talked for almost 8 years. And it was over an estate and things like that. But the second that we found out that he had leukemia and needed a bone marrow transplant, every one of them was on board.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah,
I
it is.
Not after not even speaking to
and
each
I've
other.
seen
Right.
situations like that have brought people
Sometimes it
together.
works.
and
Yeah.
now they're him and the donor, they had spent years without talking, and now they're really close again. And he even talks to his brother once a week and stuff like that. But you know, it took that.
Right.
And
Yeah, but
that's
see,
sad.
My youngest sister, she's 4 years younger than me, and I have not talked to her in, oh gosh, I think it's about 15, 16 years
Oh,
at least.
Wow.
oh my gosh.
Your
I just want to
sister.
do an intervention.
Right.
Like,
Me
no.
too.
I've called her, and she lives here in the States, and I called her up and I said, I need to let you know that mom has a thyroid cancer. We don't know how it's gonna go yet. If you want to see her or talk to her, well, you know, my husband got surgery on his knee, so no, okay, I don't have time. Bye.
Well,
How old is your sister, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's see, I'm 46. She's 42.
Ugh.
wow, I can't imagine.
And how long has it been since she's talked to your mom?
Same time.
Oh my gosh. I just want to
She
I want
She's
to
gonna
reach out to
cry.
your sister
Yeah.
and be like, listen.
No, it's, you know, we got to a point where it's okay. I know she's as of right now, she's even near my mom's house, and she's not going to go by, but that's okay because I know one day she's going to regret it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Most
She
definitely.
really will. She really will. And
Most
she's under
definitely.
the influence of her dad, so you know,
I guess I've just seen
That's
so
why I
much
call-
tragedy.
that's
I
why
can't
I call
imagine
some
being
real
like-
close friends my family.
Your family.
Well,
yeah,
we
definitely.
consider you family, and
Yeah.
I'm just glad to say, look, we have family in Germany.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I mean, some of the people that I love the most may not be my blood related
I
family.
know that's
There you
right.
go.
Yeah.
But I can
Oh, yeah.
guarantee you they're always there for me. Ashley and I have been, I don't know, friends going on 5 years now. But
Right.
it was just, who'd have thought? But I mean, we've gone through so much together, and I don't know, it doesn't take blood.
No,
No,
It doesn't.
no.
It
And
really
see,
doesn't.
that's why last Sunday, and this is, I'm still so excited about it because when you called up and I said, no, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I didn't mean to be rude. I was just so out of control, being happy because a close friend of mine from Alabama was here. She went to a high school reunion. That was, she graduated 71.
Ooh, wow.
So
That's awesome.
She
Makes me
came.
feel young.
Me too. Me too.
She came here and then she's like, well, you know, since my little sister Karina's here, I need to see her. I need to talk
Yay.
to her. And it was like, you know, I looked at her and I started, well, I was crying like a baby.
I'm
And
glad she was
Travis, who
here.
took me, thought it was really funny, which, at the end I thought, damn girl, what did you do? But then again, it was like, yes, this was really family time.
Mhm.
Yep.
I tell you, I mean, I know I've got one friend of mine that has come into my house and picked up the bottle of liquor or wine and opened them curtains and said, "Okay, girlfriend, you've
Getting
had
up.
it. Get up."
Yep.
And I've been able to do that through her before I could my family.
Yeah.
And that's what true friends and family are about, seeing you at your worst and at your best.
And being there.
Yeah,
And
They-
seeing your dirty laundry
exactly.
in one way or the other.
In all ways.
My friend goes and does laundry with me. Does my laundry, folds my drawer. Well, you might have like put my drawers to the side or whatever, but she did come do my laundry.
I'm a laundry freak. I love to
Uh,
do laundry. It's
yeah.
a stress reliever for me.
Oh, you
I
want
have
not that much at one time.
Oh,
I
it was
have
bad. It was
plenty.
bad.
No.
Listen,
She needed help.
Listen.
Intervention.
Listen, Linda, listen.
I tried to catch it up, y'all. It's so hard. My laundry room's downstairs. I hate doing laundry. I look for every reason in the world. I do really
Right.
good. I keep my work clothes clean. I have a lot of clothes, so I don't have to wash clothes that much. But I keep my work clothes clean. I keep Zaylee's clothes clean, and I keep
Well.
Scotty's. Mine, on the other hand, whatever. I got
Yeah.
about 20 pairs of jeans and about 100 shirts, and I'm okay. So I'm like,
just make sure you.
And it
don't
was
have to
that
like-
day that all 100 pairs was dirty that you came in
Yeah.
and stepped in.
And I
Nice
wear
too.
my jeans a few times because I don't think you have to wash them every time. 'Cause
No.
I'm not like
No,
a
not
dirty
jeans.
person.
No, not jeans.
No.
Nah, so I'll I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hate laundry. If there's anything I hate, it's laundry. And I hate floors.
Oh,
I
I,
don't like
hate
doing
floors.
floors.
I
I
hate
hate
floors.
windows.
Windows.
I
I've
Oh,
never
hate
yes.
windows.
Who cleans their windows? Do people really clean
I don't
windows?
know, but
At
I
home-
do need
Kevin
to find.
does.
I need to find somebody
Back
to
home?
clean my windows.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? You
Oh
should
yeah.
before you leave tonight, y'all I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Take a look at our sliding glass door.
Oh
Woo!
gosh.
It's pathetic. But we have a dog, and no matter we have a dog on one side of the door and Zaylee on the other.
Yeah.
And so we
it's
got
always
nose
some- yeah.
prints
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
prints. And I have whenever I do clean it, I have to get like hot soapy water and scrub. It's just disgusting.
Put vinegar in your water.
So whenever we take pictures, vinegar. So whenever we take pictures, if it's near the door, we're like, "Hey, you got to move over."
Right. I hate people that take the selfies with the dirty windows, and especially the people that take the selfies with their dirty laundry piled up behind them. I'm like, seriously, you couldn't have moved like 3 feet so we don't
Right.
see how gross you really are, while you've got on this like Mac, outfit, and your eyebrows are on fleek and everything else, but you
And
got your dirty laundry stand hanging out right there.
or the bed with no sheets on it.
Right?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I just
Yes.
saw that the other day. And she posted on it. She's like, just excuse the unmade bed. And I'm like, it's not unmade. It has
It has
nothing.
nothing.
Or the sheet that's hanging up over the curtain that as a curtain. is kind of
Oh,
falling
yeah.
down. Just take your picture somewhere else. It's okay that you have it like that, but I don't know. I'd find
Yeah,
I'd find
no.
a wall.
Right.
Speaking of wall, my husband's putting up a soundproof.
Oh, did
See
you
that?
hear
I
it
see
this
that.
morning
Yeah, look.
when we walked in? The smell.
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear
It was
that?
bad. You didn't need to.
You
to
didn't
hear
hear. You didn't hear how Scotty started. Because Steph
I will
was
have to
like,
go back to YouTube.
Steph was like, "What's that smell?" And I walked in and I smelled it, but
It's
I
a
couldn't
glue?
put. Yeah,
Mhm.
I could.
I'm
And she's
sure.
like, "It's that tape." Something like
Yeah.
that. And Scotty kept picking on her.
I don't know how she holds her own. I would go nuts in here. With
I
those
would
guys.
throat punch both of
I'm
them.
so proud of
Yes.
her. She does such a good job.
Why do you
I
think-
don't know how she does it.
Why
'Cause
do
I'm
you
just,
think?
sometimes
this
I
week-
text her and I'm like, oh, let me tell you what I do right now.
Right.
That's
Right.
why I'm trying the past week that I got here and this week to kind of get her back and just yell at Mike and Sherman, shut up.
Ah,
there you
shut
go.
up, Mike. Shut
Go
up.
Karina.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love Steph, and someone needs to get her back in here. So somebody needs to come in the morning show when I'm gone and help her out.
She has been much better since you've been back. And
She
whenever I say
has.
much better, I don't mean anything bad to Stephanie, but as females, we
She's
get
been so
caught up in
happy.
our emotions, and everything in our life affects us. And she was really going through, all the moving and stuff. her daughter got married, and then she was helping her daughter move.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting all her business out there because anybody who listens already knows most of
was
what
a
I'm
lot.
saying. But she had a whole lot on her plate, and she kind of just lost herself in it. We were like, "Oh, where's the redneck at?" Because,
Yeah.
and then how
And
we do this
and
with our
Ashley.
emotions.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
She was on an emotional roller coaster where things that the guys would typically say to her, she would like bounce back at them or just laugh about it with them. It's been taking her to an even different emotional level. So I would hear some things on the show, and I understand it's just a show, and Stephanie does too, and they
But
all do.
Sometimes things still hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
and then I'm being that person on the other side of the spectrum, and I'm like, listen, y'all have got, to
To give
take
her a
into
break. Yeah.
take into consideration she's got a lot on her right now. Please just don't do that. And I noticed that they do try not to as much, but they're still
They've done
guys.
good
They're
this
still
last
guys.
week. They
They're
really
still-
have.
Karina's in the studio.
Right?
That
Karina?
might be it. That
She's
might
kind of
be it.
keeping them calmed down just a little bit. So my son just sends me talk about books. I read to Zaylee all the time. My son sends me a private message on Messenger, and he's like, "Mom, you remember this book? But you give a mouse a cookie."
Oh, I
used to-
do.
Oh,
I used to
yes.
read that book to
Yes.
them all the time. It kind of melted my heart for a second that he actually remembers it too.
Oh, see?
Aw. He's what?
So you
23?
did something right.
I
See,
did do
just when you
something
think.
right. Oh, gosh, yes. It's
Okay, I
tough.
know this is random, but since you brought up Messenger, it made me think about my random comment for the day.
Uh-oh. What's
Okay.
that?
Did you know that you could send money to somebody through Messenger?
Huh?
No.
What?
Hey, well, I would like for you to give everybody my info now that they can send
Was
me
it
money
like
to.
PayPal
Yeah, mine too.
or what?
It was so weird because my ex, he was like, because he couldn't get the bank transfer to go through, he's like, "Oh, I'll just send it to you through Messenger." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And so sure enough, like it came through on the Messenger like a message saying that he sent me money, and I
Mhm.
clicked on it, and then you just set up, with Messenger, you set up, whatever card you want,
Wow.
your money to go to, and then it instantly went to my bank card.
Really?
Yes,
How cool
instantly.
is
There was
that?
no waiting period, no nothing. As soon as I put my information in, it went.
Well, let me just go ahead and get y'all my info. Anyone who would
Right?
like to put money on our cards, all of us are willing and
Yes.
able.
Oh,
Yes.
Just
yes.
send it for Ladies Talk It, just for fun
Right.
radio.
We can start
Okay.
us,
Yeah.
we can start us a fund or
Yes.
something.
But
We
I just
wanna-
thought that was cool.
We
That
need
is
a
pretty
wine
cool. I
fund.
did not
We need a wine fund.
sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Wine funds.
Anyone
Ready.
who would like to contribute to our wine fund.
I'll go get one of those green dot cards
Right?
Heck yeah.
just for ladies talk.
Right.
Can you just
Well,
put,
then they do it to your card, and I'll take my card and put it on Steph's name.
There you
so
go.
go.
somebody can help her with her band.
oh, I heard she's having trouble with her van. Man, that stinks because White Brothers
I thought, yeah.
just fixed her van, man.
Oh, wow.
That's what happens. I mean, it's great to have a reliable I'm sorry. I need to stop looking at my Facebook. I'm getting messages and it's distracting me.
You need
But,
to take a
um,
commercial before Dr. Love
Oh,
calls.
yeah. I just
Dr.
thought
Love
about
will be
that.
calling. And now that you
Yeah.
said that, let's do that. We're going to
Okay.
take a break and we will be right back.
What about the same thing?
That's why I wrote, we need to do a GoFundMe page. And she's like, don't. I said, yes.
This particular song that you're getting ready to hear is in lieu of our conversation about families. So everybody, please stay tuned. Ladies Talk will be right back. Yeah.
I got all my sisters with me. Yeah, Beth. Yeah. You know, it's been happening 3 times already. And she sits in the car and she starts to panic and goes, oh my God, oh my God. So she turns air conditioner off, turn all off. But then Ashley will not have air moving in the back. And she was so close to really freak out. So I sent Mike a message. I said, how do I go and do a GoFundMe page? He sent me the link.
It's a
So
GoFundMe, I swear it sounds like GoFundMe.
Yeah, I thought this was.
I just had to say that. Ding, that bell just rang.
Well, how much is it going to be?
I don't know yet. Travis is on it right now. And I know this is just on YouTube, so I don't want her to hear it. Because we really need to do something. And I told her, I said, I'll talk to Crystal about it. About the GoFundMe page.
No, your notifications keep on doing like going off, going off. I want to tell. Okay, you need to send me that recipe for this. I've never made it before, but it's better than what I've eaten. It's amazing. Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I've got to find more stuff to do, like in the crock pot and stuff. Actually, I got to get my crock pot back. It's at the park. Oh, you were like having a whole little party and stuff for it? Well, I mean, I couldn't have made it anyways because I had to go to the park and deliver some uniforms. I was right.
I have to have a
Oh, they were gonna do. There's a next.
I like that little piggy. That's so cute.
She's a pig.
Yeah, the whole barn theme. Like,
Beth stopped by. She's like, what?
when I left y'all today, I ended up going and getting Zoe from school. Because she better anyways. And then I got home and there was a package waiting, which of course is always like, Mom, we get a package. Like it's cheer season, of course we do, you know? But it was the rest of her birthday stuff. So yep. So now I have everything for her birthday.
When is her birthday?
Her birthday is Saturday.
Oh, how
This
old is she gonna
Saturday,
be?
12.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, she's doing an emoji party. So
Forgot what. Oh, because
not a
A
big
SpongeBob.
sweet person. And I would make a comment right now, but we're
The
on-
next week when I'm gone, I'll leave you some money. Would you make a cake and get it to Steph and Travis as a thank you? Yes, ma'am. I will.
It's back on.
You've done enough. Yes, I'd love to. Because we can do it before you go, and that way y'all can share it.
What are we doing?
It's 8:00
Yeah.
on my clock. Oh yeah, I got my Georgia time on, so we're good.
Okay, because I can't see my time up there, so
Poor Hash's phone. It's bad. It's so bad.
Hello, everybody. We are back, and Ashley just wants to let everybody know that to make sure you put a nice, good case on your iPhone.
Yes.
Right.
Not with hers.
do not put a pretty one of your children on there because
You'll just have to put something over to protect it. That is like they
oh my
gotta make
gosh.
better, like more durable cases that are cute like that.
I
'Cause This is an amazing
know.
case, but
This is a $50 case. Now, granted, I got it for free, but because they were running a special. But still, I'm like, if I had paid $50 for this case
Mm-mm.
and then have to turn around and pay $200 to get my phone fixed,
Hey,
because of
maybe
where it
we can
cracked.
invent one. Let's invent it and get
Yeah.
rich.
Okay, nobody out there do it because we're gonna.
Yeah,
You know,
don't steal our
Right.
idea.
That's our idea.
And don't steal Scotty's idea neither about good underwear. I wish I could have heard him designing underwear for men. I could never do like he does it. I'm sure if you listen in tomorrow on Just for Fun Radio, you may get a sneak peek at his ideas.
Oh, I was fixing to say I
Okay,
didn't want a
you to
sneak
die.
peek.
Oh no, none of those. No. I mean, like a peek into his mind about the underwear.
Oh,
He liked
man.
to. He
Okay,
liked to
okay, that's
create,
better,
you
that's
know.
better.
Anyway, moving on. Dr. Love will be calling in shortly. I'm super excited. You all are going to have a little bit of input on this particular question, and I know it's going to be kind of interesting. I can't wait to hear what Dr. Love has to say about it. He is driving, so we're all going to have to bear with him because you know
Okay. Yeah.
even doctors have they're busy. Dr.
Okay,
Dr. Love is busy
while
too.
we wait, I would like to say something.
Please go ahead.
Because I know tomorrow's gonna be my last morning show. and I hope Steph and Travis are listening. So I would like to say here on air, so everybody here say thank you. It's been a fantastic time. You've been doing so much for me, and I really truly appreciate it.
Oh,
That's pretty
That's
awesome. You know what?
Awesome.
I'm hormonal.
It meant a
Sorry.
whole lot to Stephanie to be able to do this. And Stephanie is an amazing person. She's not typically your hostess type. So she was really, really
She
concerned.
came
like,
out
was
of
she
her
gonna
comfort
be-
zone for this.
She really
She did and did a great job.
She's done
yes,
awesome.
yes.
So we are very
And she
proud of
already
Stephanie,
calls
too.
me her German sister. So yes.
Yes.
Aw,
Oh.
awesome. If she isn't watching, we're going to make sure she gets to go back to YouTube and watch this. But
Right.
we have all really, really enjoyed having Karina in town. She cooked us an amazing dinner. Her second or third night here was so good.
I know. I hate I missed it.
Yeah, I did too. What'd you make?
What did I make?
It-
Okay, it's called hashi, and yeah, just hashi. It's like a ground beef type of gravy with pasta and salad.
have you
Oh.
ever had Skyline chili? Have either
No.
one of you ever
Mm-mm.
had?
No.
Well, Skyline chili is not like regular chili. It's a little bit different. It's really, really good though, but it has a flavor all its own. I don't even know why they call it chili, but that's what it's called. And they sell it a lot up north. But anyway, there was a similar taste. It wasn't like that because Skyline chili is like really, really thin. I want to say it kind of runny almost.
Yeah,
It's got a
but
good flavor.
The hashi type
But it
is
was-
usually
yeah.
thick. Yeah,
It was thick, and she put it with this really good noodles and made an amazing cake.
and
amazing
sometime
cake.
this night, was it yesterday night evening? I cooked. It's called translated Serbian rice meat. It contains chicken breast and rice, and I guess they liked it too because there was hardly nothing left.
Well, no. They liked it then.
And of course, I'm baking cakes like crazy. And I have to make
They
another
were
one
so
before
good.
I leave.
It was kind of like a I'm trying to think of something that we would compare her cake. The cake is more like a pound cake,
Mhm.
a really good pound cake, but
Like a
she
moist
used-
one.
She has a seasoning that she uses, like some sort of oil, and
aroma, yes.
it's that.
Our
She
ours,
said.
like let's say your vanilla
Mhm.
is more it's like watered down and not as intense when it comes to taste.
Oh.
And ours is really extremely concentrated. And when you open up the tiny glass bottles, it
It's
smells
so
everywhere.
good. It's like amaretto,
Yeah.
sort of, but it's a
Mm.
little
Yeah.
bit more cherry.
And it's called bitter almond. Mhm.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's so good. Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Yum.
Well, I'll make sure because I have to make another one. And that's when you get your pancake sheet back or form, whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
I need a piece of that
Yeah,
to try. Yeah, definitely.
get with Steph because
I
I
will,
have
yeah.
to make another one.
Well, it was really good, and I got to be the stirrer. I don't know what you would call it because I didn't have a blender. My blender, anyway. I need
And you did well too.
I was like, it was very, very thick. Like I said, it's kind of like a pound cake, and I was like, oh Lord, don't know if I'm gonna-
Arthritis was kicking in, wasn't it? in your
yeah, it
elbow?
was, but it was amazing. It was worth every single stir. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. But Dr. Love is going to be calling in just a few minutes. I was just communicating with him. So anyway, he's got some challenges tonight because he's got a lot of good questions. It's going to be fun. But I've really enjoyed our Dr. Love segment.
I have
so
too. I
I've-
have too. This
a
has
lot
been great.
of people have been like,
Yeah.
So
So who is he? Like a physician?
He's a doctor in love.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I've
He's
not-
got great advice. I can tell you that.
he does give good advice. I'm going to say it's more than likely he's a very people person,
Mhm.
and he's I'm sure some of it's from experience, but it's just one of those people who I want to say is probably a great listener, and so he's learned a lot through his.
I
his
have
years.
learned a lot from
Yeah,
him
Yeah, he's
about
wise with
keeping
his
things.
comeback.
Yeah, about keeping things
Spicy?
spicy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and date nights
And
and
now it's like every day I have to admit this. Like when I'm getting dressed every day, the other day I was in the shower and I was thinking, anyway, like whenever you first start hanging out and dating, you know how like I used to shave my legs every single time.
yeah,
Right.
Get ready to go.
yeah,
And I was
right.
using like the really
good
good
lotion.
smelly lotions
Mhm.
and, I was
Yeah.
like- and stuff like that. And I was like, those are the kind of things I know that we all get a little bit comfortable and we don't do all the time. I'm
Right.
not saying I don't take showers and stuff, but we don't do the little bit of extra like I used to keep my nails.
Well, I
like
don't
that.
have to
Yeah.
worry about that part.
That's too funny.
Kevin almost died last night because of this comment. I was filing my nails down and I got, some clear and polished, and I was like, I have got to start taking better care of myself. And he's like, yeah, you do. And I was just like,
But the thing is, I think, we just get comfortable.
We do.
We really, really do. And I don't think that's a bad thing. But if you start having some issues like the questions that were addressed to Dr. Love a couple weeks ago, he gave great advice.
right.
We really should step back and sort of look at ourselves and say, okay, well, what am I doing different? Because I did used to make sure this and that matched all the time. I kept
Yeah.
my nails, kind of nice and neat, and always made sure that I smelled extremely nice all the time, not just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get that. And it's not just on the females part. The guys, they get
Yeah.
very comfortable too.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, I'm not saying it's just us, but, it's okay to be
You can tell when
comfortable.
they start pooping around you first.
Yeah. Yep. That is a rule that I just don't do that. So we've had that conversation before. I just don't do
thank
that.
God.
Okay.
Kevin wants to always leave the door open. I'm like, why? Why? I have nothing to say to you right now. It's mostly because he's got mirrors where he can watch the TV.
Oh, that's
and I'm
funny.
just like, oh my God, just shut the door.
Tell him he's going to get hemorrhoids.
I mean,
shut the door. and hurry up.
seriously.
You don't need to keep sitting on that toilet
Right?
like that. You're going to get hemorrhoids.
There we go.
Look, I'm trying to answer. Me answering my phone is not going to help this. Ladies talk, you're live.
All right, ladies. Sounds like somebody's been having some wine tonight. Smiles.
Not me. I'm having a Bloody Mary. I don't know what that
I'm having wine
Oh.
and a Bloody Mary. So
Oh my word. Ladies talk. Dr. Love calling in. How are you ladies doing tonight?
good. How
It's
are you?
fine.
We were just talking about you. It was all good though.
Yep.
We were just talking about
Well,
how we've actually learned some things through your advice.
Yep.
So we'd like to thank you for that before you get started, because we might just learn something about through tonight too, ladies.
Mhm.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't learn something every day, you're doing something wrong, okay?
True.
Absolutely.
You have to pay attention, and you can actually make it a lot of fun. Before you read your question, you can kind of make it a fun game, just like we were talking about making date night fun. It doesn't have to be mundane. Even if you schedule it, you can have a foreplay up to date night. It doesn't have to be, okay, we're going out Wednesday night, and oh well. No, you can do some tantalizing conversation prior to date night. And, hey, I've got some plans for you. And you just don't know what to expect.
Sexy
It's
text
gonna be different.
messages.
Oh, yeah. Well, text messaging, or you can replace that T with an S messaging.
All right.
Sexting. I would never do that.
Mm.
Well, of
I'm
course
just
not.
kidding.
We're all adults here.
Yeah, right? That's too funny.
Well, you wouldn't, but I don't have to.
Yeah, no,
So-
no, of course I wouldn't. Now would I?
No, you wouldn't.
Good Lord. How I
Okay,
landed
you guys
this.
have not had enough wine because you're trying to be way too ladylike right now. You're not being honest.
What I meant to say was, how
Well,
do you guys
I
think I landed Scotty? Heck. Sexting.
We were all a hoe back in the day. Just admit it. We all were.
Shameful.
Okay, Missy has had more to drink than we have.
Right.
I'm just playing.
Shameful.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, so I know you're on the road. We do appreciate you taking a minute to join us here on Ladies Talk. I'm going to go ahead and read the first question, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. Get right ahead.
All right, this question comes from a listener in Florida. She says she has a question for you. She's been dating her boyfriend for a little over a month now. Is still in the new stages, but so far I'm really liking almost all that I see of him. And then last Sunday happened. We were sitting on the couch at my house watching a movie, and when my cell phone rang, it was one of my longtime male friends whom I haven't heard from in a while. I politely told the friend that I'd call him later, as I had company at the moment. Upon hanging up from the phone call, my boyfriend had a scowl look on his face, and he said he was going home so I could call my friend back. I tried explaining that he was only a friend and had no reason to feel threatened or jealous. He wasn't having anything that I said, and he went home anyway. I tried calling him a few hours later to talk about it, but he wouldn't pick up my call. I've always been a very independent woman, and I will not date an overly controlling, possessive man. On the same token, I really did like this guy until Sunday evening. I still haven't heard from him. Is it truly wrong to have close friends of the opposite sex? Or how can I avoid, or rather ease, their fears from this type of instance happening again? Anonymous.
Okay, that's got a lot of tangibles to it. Okay, so let me see if I can keep up with you because I'm driving here, so bear with me, ladies. But going off what she said, the first thing that catches my attention is she says, I'm with my boyfriend I've been dating for a month. Okay, that right there is kind of I don't want to say a red flag because let's admit it, sometimes there is that love at first sight. I believe that's a true and possible thing. But it's also something to be cautious, to put yourself in a relationship of a committed type and you've been dating a month. Now, the thing that happens most of the time is, first off, it kind of goes to the end of her question of how to avoid this happening again. Well, a couple of things, and I'm going to answer this to try to make sense of what she got going on. When she said, again, boyfriend in a month, okay, I got a question. How often were you seeing this guy? Were you seeing him every day, every other day, 2 times a week, 3 times a week? Because typically speaking, you should not, and I know everybody's going to freak out, but you should not go on a date with the same person when you first start dating. I'm not telling you to date everybody and their brother at one time, but you should keep that to 2 to 3 times a week. And the reason you want to do that is because it gives you some time and space to see how that person responds, and it also gives you time to digest what you really truly think about that person. Because if you spend too much time, some people either feel cramped or they latch on really quick and they have that really comfortable feeling, and then before they know it, they have quote unquote fallen in love with the guy or girl, and then they realize, I'm in love with this person and I don't even know who they are. So that's to answer the thing that bothers me about the 1 month boyfriend situation. Secondly, when she answered the phone, if she answered it in the mannerism that's noted as a friend, I'll have to call you back, she should have probably said, because let's face it, we all want to be comfortable with whoever we're dating. She should have said, oh, hey, Johnny or Jimmy or Joe. Yeah, I'm sitting here with my boyfriend Robbie right now, and we're watching a movie. Can I call you back? Now, I'm not saying that he would have responded any differently, but there's a strong potential he would, because when you tell somebody, let's face it, if you're on the phone, even if your best friend's there and you say, hey, I'm with a friend of mine right now, let me call you back. It sounds like something's going on. It's totally innocent. I understand that. But again, we want to be open, and in a new relationship, especially. Have I still got you there with me, ladies?
Yes.
Yes, we are all paying attention.
Okay.
We're like hanging on every
Okay.
word.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. I am driving, so I apologize. But the fact that and then you have to look at the fact that, and I don't know how old this couple is, but you have to look at the fact that he got up and in a very childish manner, I would presume, judging from the conversation, and said, I'll leave so you can call your friend back. Well, you can only do so much because you don't want to be too aggressive in an apology. That is never a good thing. It's just not good for relationships. It's not good for friendships. And it really turns the receiver of the apology off because you're just too aggressive with it. The fact that he got up and walked out the way he did, I would actually question, regardless of if they had been together 2 or 3 months, if that is a relationship, really worthy of being called a relationship. Because that person probably has some insecurities or immaturities that they need to work on before they're involved in a relationship. Because, again, like I've always stated, you cannot be happy with anyone else if you're not happy with yourself. And it sounds like that particular young man may have some insecurities. But the big but on the question here is he could have also been looking for a way out. And he just used that for an excuse. So without knowing him, I have to say that the potential for either or would be there. Either he is just, like I stated, he's got some insecurities. He obviously did not feel as strong for her, or he was so insecure that he couldn't confess how he felt to her. So he may have shamed himself by leaving and then not been able to call back because he was too ashamed of his own behavior. So there's a lot of things that go on in that particular dynamic that, without sitting down and talking to him. But the question is how to avoid that, right?
Right.
So you do what I stated. You're very open. She says that she has a lot of male friends. That's something you don't tell that on the first date. I mean, let's face it. We have to be on our best behavior and keep that person's interest. When it's just like when you go buy a used car, the salesman is not going to tell you everything that's wrong with it when you buy it. So you got to kind of hold back a little bit. But when you get into the relationship mode, or you're considering that, you really have to have a full disclosure conversation. Say, look, we've been hanging out. We've had a great time together. But I just want you to know that I have a lot of friends, both men and women, and they are just that. They're friends. And that goes for men and women both, because I have a lot of female friends, and, I'm very open about that. But you have to also respect your spouse or relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be. And by that, I mean, if you have friends of the opposite sex, the same sex as your mate, then there's a line there. You do have to have the respect. You can't tell your boyfriend or your male friend in front of your boyfriend, hey, you're looking awful hot today. You're looking sexy, unless you guys have gotten to that comfort zone as a couple and with that other person. So there's a lot of things that go on in that dynamic. And I think as far as, to avoid that, she needs to, and everyone would need to follow those things I've mentioned. That relationship, from what I've read or what you've read and I've heard, really was not going anywhere. There's a good chance that, they might have had some things in common. A lot of times we fall into relationships, especially when the sex is good, and then we're like, well, I stayed there for the sex, and it really wasn't worth it. And there's not any one thing in a relationship that can make it worth staying. It has to be a complete full circle, complete gathering, body, mind, and soul. My opinion.
Very, very good advice. I totally agree. I agree with you.
But being in a relationship for only a month, and then you try to pull that dramatic jealous thing, you could be missing out on something great.
That's very
Exactly.
very true. And again, that may be.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say there again, he may have felt the pressures. I don't know this, but he may have felt the pressures that the relationship was getting too serious too fast, and he used that as his escape route. Plain and simple.
Yep. Yep. Because I guarantee you, if I'd have stormed out the first time,
Oh
that
Lord, if
Scotty
I'd
ever had females call him or text him or whatever. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but we all have a life before we meet other people.
right.
But I also think that she could have, possibly in the future, in order to keep this from happening again, like Dr. Love said, next time just be a little bit more open about it, a little bit,
open.
explain it a little
Yeah.
bit better,
And be a little bit more distant.
Yeah, well, that you could just say, just like you said, to the person that called, her friend on the phone that called, said, hey, so-and-so's here right now. We're kind of watching a movie. I'll call you back in just a little bit.
Right.
So it doesn't leave room for suspicion.
No,
because,
you make sure that other person knows you're with someone right
Well,
now.
keep in mind what I said, ladies. Use names. That way, there's not a secretive issue.
Right.
Just like when
Very
you
true.
greet someone, when you shake someone's hand that you've already met, for example, and you use their name, they feel more comfortable with you. That's human nature, because you have a connection at that point. And when you don't use someone's name, especially when they're not in front of you, they're on the phone, then it's natural to be suspicious, and not necessarily in a demeaning way being suspicious, but human nature says, well, who was that called? Why did they call? Why did she let them go so fast? Is it that she wants to spend time with me, or she doesn't want me to know who that is? I mean, there's a lot of things that happen in our mind, And that also comes with maturity. And like you said, growing up and learning that, hey, we all have baggage. When, and in today's world, they have baggage at 18 and 19. It's called a child that they have. But,
and
it is
who
what it
knows?
is.
He may or may not have responded differently if she would have handled it differently. I mean, well, she'll never know at this point, but she did ask you what to do in the future to keep this from happening. And I think you gave some really, really good advice.
Be
there.
open.
Yeah. Because I don't think it's a problem to have friends of the opposite sex.
No.
I will say that. I do think there's a very fine line that can be drawn. I mean, I'll be honest, like if my significant other had a whole bunch of female friends, I'd have a problem with that to a certain extent. It depends on how close they were and how far they go back. And I don't know. It's like I'm okay with Scotty and Stephanie.
Right.
They've been friends for a very long time. It does not bother me one single bit. If there was a situation going on and it was business and they were out of town and they had to share a hotel, I can just go ahead and tell you I would trust Stephanie and I would trust Scotty.
Yep.
But if it was Missy and Scotty, I don't know her like that, and I'd probably be like, no, that's not going to work because I don't know you like that. Or even Karina. No hot German is going to be sharing a hotel room with us. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Even if you know that person, we're still men and women, okay? The best way to avoid a problem is don't give it the opportunity.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
So while you say, and I have a lot of female friends, but out of respect for my girlfriend, I would never share a hotel room with them because there is the opportunity or the perception of an opportunity.
There you go, ladies.
And
He
the
has a
last thing-
girlfriend. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So you don't want to allow that perception because perception is reality to everyone. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. So if Scotty was to spend the night with Stephanie and someone saw them, just imagine the rumors that would fly.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you're comfortable with that, but most women would not be, or men for that matter. I mean, I wouldn't be comfortable. I mean, my girlfriend has guy friends, and I totally get it. But I also know that there is a line there, gentlemen, and don't cross it because that becomes disrespectful, and that's not appropriate. So
I love
my
that
female
about
friends, for example, they know that, hey, there is that line, and if they want to remain friends with me or any male-female relationship, then you have to respect. I mean, let's face it, whether it's the same sex or opposite sex, we all know there are lines there that we respect for one another.
Yes.
That's simple.
Well, I've
But
got
in this
questions.
case, I don't think she could have done anything different. I think that she was probably who she was, and I think that, and being a man, I hate to pass judgment, but if I had to say whose shoulders it fell on, I would say he was probably a little more at fault with the insecurities. My opinion.
That's what it sounds like, and I'm grateful.
I
for
know
the fact-
you ladies love that I didn't say it was her.
Well, he's the one that jumped up and said, I got to go. So obviously
Yeah.
there was something.
It was his problem.
There was
I
He has
something.
a problem.
you did well with pointing out what she could have done differently as
Right,
well.
right,
So,
right.
we get that also. And I'm very, very grateful for the relationship that I have because we would never put each other in a situation.
Me and
to
Kevin
where,
either. Ever.
I mean, and Scotty, I commend him for that because he's really, really good about, you know what, if I don't put myself there, then I put myself in a
Yep.
situation, I don't have to worry about it. So,
Respect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't let the opportunity be there, and you won't have to deal with it.
Yep.
And that's the same. I mean, you do that as a husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, we do it as friends.
Yep.
So I wouldn't put the blame. Not that I ever want to put blame because it's always a two-way street. End of story. It is. Everybody's involved in it.
we have questions coming in for you out the yin yang. We could do almost a whole nother show
Oh my
for Dr.
goodness.
Love. I have like 3 or 4 more questions that have came in for him. And we're going to have to set a whole show aside just for you one night and beg of you to participate.
And beg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Please take.
I may need some wine at that point.
I know, right?
Well, come on in. We'll block you out.
Yep. I know you're on the road. Do you have time for one more question or
Sure.
if not, we
I'm
can save
still
it.
traveling.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
still traveling, so that's okay.
All right, everybody. Here we go. This is from a listener as well. It says, how do you start getting out there after ending a long relationship? What's the best way to start a new friendship without going online? I have always been a girl that goes after a guy that's wrong for me, and a girl that falls in love too quickly, a girl that gets serious too quickly. And how do you stay at the friendship level for a healthy length of time?
Well, she kind of, or he, or well, you did say she, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she kind of answered her question within her question. She does exactly what she just asked. The best way to have a good relationship is to have a good friendship first. That is pretty standard, and that goes out to meeting people. Let me flip the coin to where where I can make a little more sense of it for you. Let's for a moment say this is a guy. Men are terrible about meeting women. I mean, women are a lot more flexible. I've got the wrong terminology for the question. That might be another question posed, but forgive me, ladies. I'm tired.
No, you
Have
go
my
ahead.
mind wanders. But it's all about making the friendship first. Now, the question is, and what I was alluding to is, guys are intimidated by women, and they always go about it the wrong way. They usually say something really stupid when all they actually have to do is say, "Hi, my name is John. I noticed you were here by yourself. Would you like some company?" Or something very simple. I mean, that's just a very cheesy example, but because every conversation depends on the situation you're in. But what I would recommend for any single, first, there are a lot of, and not to go chasing online, although there are some great ways to meet people online, but if they don't want to do that, there's a lot of good singles activity groups out there. And ultimately, what are those people looking for? Yeah, they're looking to meet somebody, but they're out there in a group of 20 or 30 people, sometimes more, sometimes less. And they're doing like-minded things, like say they're going canoeing or hiking or, going to do a baseball, softball outing or, fantasy frisbee or whatever it may be. And then you get to see people pretty much as their true self. The competitive ones are going to be competitive. The ones that are introverts are going to be introverted. The ones that are outgoing, you really get to see people for who they are. So I think that's a really good tool to use if you want to go meet people. Meeting people in bars, as we all know, you meet barflies, you meet the bar types. That's people that hang out in bars. And by no means do I mean that as derogatory as it sounds, because there are great people that go to bars. Of all walks of life. But you're generally in a meat market when you go to a bar. It's kind of like going to the gym. Everybody thinks the gym is a great place to meet people.
It's not.
I would totally disagree. Disagree.
Well, dang.
But a lot of people think that's a great place.
There
But
goes our
it's a
field
meat
trip
market.
next week.
It's a meat market. What about church?
I'm sorry?
What about church?
Church. Well, church is a great place to meet people. Now, keep in mind, there are people out there, as demonizing as it sounds, that go to church just to meet people to hook up with.
No. Seriously? There is a
No.
special place in hell for you if you go to church to just find a hookup.
Well,
I'm
they find
sorry.
those people to be vulnerable because they think those people are naive.
They think they're there for the same thing.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
contrary to their belief,
Well, that's not happening
It's-
in Germany.
Scotty used to say he would go to church on Sunday morning and he would see like girls would be walking by, be looking at the shoes, like, yeah, I seen them shoes at the club last night.
Yeah. There was the shoe show.
church is a good place to meet people. But again, you still have to use your better judgment. Because at church they're definitely putting on their good face.
There's Sunday
Their
class.
There's
best
nothing wrong with
behavior.
there's nothing wrong with that. You want to meet a good person, but you want to get to know that person, and that's where relationships fail. Is you find yourself in a relationship before you actually know who you're in a relationship
Yeah,
with.
people don't
And
date
that's-
anymore.
Never.
No.
Yeah, people don't date
Well,
anymore.
wait a
They
minute.
do
I'm
all
here
the
for 2 more Sundays. Does that mean I should go to church? No, I'm just kidding.
I tell you, I didn't date my
funny.
first husband or my second husband. Never went on a date with either one of them. When I met Kevin, we went on dates.
Yeah.
Bradley's, we went to the laser show, out to eat, and that has been the core of our
Scotty and I
relationship.
hung out in the car.
Well, that's okay too. Back seat or
We
front
were
seat,
not
Crystal.
parking. We were not parking. We were talking. It was at the Waffle.
Well, I worked at Flash
Well,
Foods,
but-
and Kevin would come
After
up there and
work.
talk.
After work. It was after work.
Mm-hmm.
But going out is the thing you want to do. You want to get out and take that person in public. And if you are the introvert, then it's a little more difficult, yes. But you still want to get that person out there and see how they're going to interact with other people, because you would be amazed at. I had a couple, and I do some, we'll call it life coaching, and I had a couple that the guy had a lot of insecurities. He was a nice guy, attractive guy, into some of the same things that she was, with the exception that before he would leave the house, he might take 5, 6, or 7 showers, change clothes 8 or 9 times, because he was insecure about the way he looked. And the only thing he liked to do was the one thing they had in common when they met. So anytime they would want to go do something else, it was always no. So there again, that's why I say take some time, date someone, spend 2 or 3 days, and give yourself some space. That's just kind of a key thing. And I would not throw myself into a complete relationship. And when I say date, I'm not talking go have sex with. That's not.
Oh,
No.
I'm so glad you clarified that, because I was in here thinking. I'm just playing.
Sit down and talk.
That is a great part of dating. We all
It
love that
is.
part of
It
dating.
definitely is.
But if all you're
How
going to go
many
do,
dates do you have to wait for
Yeah,
that?
It's the
Like-
third
all
date.
you're going to
It's
do is
third.
go
Oh,
knock
third.
boots.
It's the third date. Sorry.
If all you're going to do is go knock boots, you're never going to, once you're going to get in a relationship, you're going to be married and find out, oh my God, I hate this person. You have to spend some time together and apart. And when you're apart, you will probably talk more than if you're on top of each other. all the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, to her question, how to meet people, that's exactly what she needs to do. Go out and meet people. Don't be shy and timid. Be approachable. I mean, smile on your face. Women are very easy to go out and say hello to a guy, because let's face it, guys always want a woman to say something to them. But women sometimes put
not
off
me.
that "get away from me" vibe, and or "you're not good enough for me." And I will say, unfortunately, women, don't take this as negative as it sounds. Sometimes women judge a little strongly about men, and they miss out on that perfect guy because they're looking for the perfect guy, and what they envision to be perfect for them walked right by them. But because they were not paying attention, he kept walking. They let that guy walk. It might have been something minor.
Yeah.
But isn't it
if you're-
because a lot of females judge the book by its cover?
Well, yeah.
Well, and that could be a true statement both ways, actually, very much so. And let's face it, when you go out to meet people, sometimes you may meet someone like, all right, here, a great place that people meet, and it's very natural, is out in shopping, whether it's shopping malls, Walmart, much as I might despise Walmart, but the grocery store or whatever. And sometimes the man or the woman is not all dolled up or wearing his nice shoes. I know women judge a lot of guys by the shoes they wear, or maybe even the size of the shoe that they're wearing.
I met
But,
Kevin working at Flash Foods, hair on top of my head, no makeup on, sweating after doing a truck.
So,
Yeah. So-
you to what she was saying, you have to open the book. I mean, the painting on the outside,
Yeah.
it might look all good, but you get to reading it, you might find out that that's the wrong subject for you. So it has to be very open to meeting people. I mean, be friendly, and that's my advice to her, is to do exactly what she's asking. How
And
to
you know
meet
it-
people.
It's kind of funny that he says it, be open, because the difference here, people are more friendly. walking in the store and hearing, "Hey, how you doing?" I turn around and go, "Is he talking to me? What?" You know, I'm not used
Like, I
to
don't
the.
know you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, here it's called Southern hospitality. I think we, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people are more like, "Hi, how you doing? Hi." I'm like that because I've worked in retail most
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
life. But I did have a lady yesterday. It was Wednesday at our store. We worked that Senior Citizens Day. This little old lady walks by, her and her husband, and I'm like, "Hey, good to see you." You know, I probably said that 100 times yesterday. She literally stopped in her tracks and looked at me and said, "You do not know me."
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I was like,
All righty
I
then.
was like, "Hey," I said, "You
Forgot
know
that
what?
Prozac
You
this
are-
morning, didn't you?
You are right. I do not know you, but my name's Crystal, and I'm glad you're here today. And you look like somebody familiar." I'm not familiar. I don't even shop in here. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, you
So-
met a very I'm sure
okay.
she's on your Christmas card list too.
Yeah. You know what? I hugged her. Long story short, we talked for about another minute or so, and I still gave her a hug and sent her on her way. And ma'am, you save 10% today if you're a senior. Make sure you give them your.
Oh, Crystal.
I'm just kidding. I didn't say
Crystal.
that. I'm playing.
Well, you can take that, and it's very good that you kept doing your job because that's what you were there for, and you were treating her like a customer. But we can do that as people to one another too, even if you don't know. You would be surprised at how many times. And I am not a natural quote unquote smiler. I have to be in a humor mood, and I'm just a very straight faced kind of
Yeah,
guy.
me too.
But when you do smile
Take
at
a picture.
someone, or even a pleasant hello, how are you doing? It really makes a difference. And if she wants to meet people, I suggest that she goes out and meets people, but be selective about where you pick places. But don't be worried about saying hello to. If she sees a guy, that she may find attractive or that fits her. And let me back up for just a second before I say what I'm about to say. Be very cautious when you put your stuff out there looking for a type, because sometimes what you envision as being your type, you have it all wrong. Because let's face it, you've had that type 3, 4, or 5, or 6 times and it hasn't worked out for you. So don't look for the type. And so that's why I want to preference when I say type, look for somebody that you're compatible with. That's the most important thing, is being compatible. If somebody tells me, "Oh, I like a 5'7" blonde, size 5 shoe,
Yeah.
and has a PhD." Oh, really? That sounds like your last 5 wives. So just to make a point.
Yeah, sometimes different is good. I mean,
Definitely.
You know what's funny? That I've learned from past experience. I know I'm a very strong woman. I scare the guys away.
That happens.
I
those are
really
just the
do.
weak
That happens,
guys.
yeah.
They're just the wrong ones. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, that's a lot to do with the guy. Okay, that's an immature activity of a male growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just unfortunately, and now in today's world, there are a lot more coaching going on for guys to get out of that comfortable zone that they're afraid to leave. Because some of them, let's face it, they need the woman to ask them if they can buy them a drink. They're so afraid of women. But now there's a lot of coaching going on, whether it be YouTube, online. There's actually places in Atlanta, but let me tell you, they charge a lot of money for something that this guy could go out and do by shaking someone's hand and saying, "Hello, my name is." I mean, it's that simple. There's a difference between meeting people and playing people. And a lot of times those coaches kind of teach you how to play the game and not really meet people. So you got to be cautious when you go to the coaching section of Love Life.
Right.
Yep, I've never been a really good coach. The only thing I can tell you is I can tell you what I've learned not to do. But I think a lot of things in life we do learn as we go. That's part
Well,
of
and that's the thing. You want to be able to get out there and be open. And the key to meeting someone is just to live. If you're waiting for the perfect person, it'll never happen.
You'll
If
die.
you're waiting for the right time, it'll never happen.
Yep.
Okay, there is, those things don't exist for you. You make those things happen. So you have to be a part of your life. You have to go out and do. If you want to meet a different person, for the women out there that say there are no nice guys in the world, let me tell you, you are absolutely wrong. And as hard as that is for women to stomach, because they've met so many guys, I challenge you to start looking in different places. Look for a different type of guy as you've been looking for. And you would be surprised at the amount of single men out there that are really waiting to find Miss Right as much as the women are looking for Mr. Right. And I'm not talking about Mr. Right now. I'm talking about lifelong partners.
Right. I think you're right. I think a lot of guys are looking just like women are, and sometimes they are feeling the same exact way as the women are feeling. Like, do I approach her? Do I not?
Right.
Or, you know, that kind of thing. But to the person who is asking the question, I hope that you got all the. I think you got some good information there.
Definitely. Yeah.
I hope I answered the question without rambling too much about it. I think I hope I made a strong point for it.
No, you definitely got your point across. But the thing is, you do have to get out there. And like you said from the very beginning, she actually answered a lot of her own questions without even realizing it, because she falls too fast. She basically puts all into it from the very beginning. And sometimes you just got to date and get to know the person and become friends first, and let fate kind of do its thing.
Well, the problem that we have as human beings is a lot of us fall in love with the thought of being in love. So we really
Lust.
we really jump to it real quick. You know, I mean, how many times have you looked on Facebook and Betty Sue is in a different relationship
every other day?
You know, it's that person is in love with being in love, and may never find the right person because they're doing just that. You know, and that's just not the way to live. You know, I tell people, don't look for love. Love will find you if you have an open heart and an open mind.
Through that.
Yep. It always happens right on time. It's never when you expect it. So
Absolutely.
I truly
did not expect Kevin
I know.
at all.
And you know, it's really funny. You said kind of step out of your comfort zone kind of thing and look for someone. I mean, like, don't always have a type. I love that, because I can honestly say that each relationship that I've had, I haven't had a lot of serious relationships, regardless of what I've made myself sound like tonight. But anyway, each person has been drastically different.
All three of mine
I can
have.
honestly say
Yeah.
I haven't had a type. You know, there's
Yeah.
been something different about each person that I was attracted to.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
Same here.
finally I found that someone that is everything that I wanted without even really knowing what I wanted.
Right, exactly. And you were like, oh no, it could
Yeah.
be him.
Oh
and
God,
then,
no. If you talk to people, like, whenever Scotty and I first started hanging out, the girls I work with, they could tell you some, I mean, in a funny way, nothing bad, but I never thought that it would be a long-term relationship. You know, I just thought we were going to be really good friends and have a lot of fun. And
oh yeah, Kevin was supposed to be a one-night stand. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. I'm just going to put it out there. But I fell in love.
Dating the DJ, I get it.
Yep. And it was a lot of fun. And my mom still to this day, she says I went from feathers to leathers, and she's kind of right. You know, she's like, my daughter went from feathers to leathers, but she loves me. She's okay with my choices, and she loves Scotty too. So it's all good. But the first time
He's a good man.
I came downstairs and had the bandana on and had my boots on. I was getting ready to go ride the motorcycle. My mom was like, "Where's my daughter?"
I bet.
Mom,
I bet.
I'm going to ride. She's like,
let me ask you, was Scotty your type?
Honestly,
Would you say?
I would say, I mean, I guess if I had it, no, I don't
No.
think so. I mean, my ex-husband was he was a white shirt and tie kind of guy every day. So, I mean, I'm not saying that he was my type neither, but that's who I was married to before. And Scotty was completely opposite of pretty much anyone I've ever dated or hung out with. He was a DJ, like he was literally the wild and crazy DJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens that way. Kevin was a long-haired hippie, you know, out on the river.
Hey, who
So-
knows what's in store for me? You never know.
You never know.
You never
That's
know.
right. You'll find somebody,
And-
honey. I
and
promise.
neither one of us,
I don't
think.
want to find him, because we say, let him find you.
Okay, well, he will find you
There you
because
go.
you are incredible.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
But don't have blinders on. That's the thing. We
Don't-
say
don't
that
have what?
he'll find us. Don't have blinders on, because a lot of times women and men too. Don't get me wrong, but women are a little more guarded most of the time, so they'll let the right guy slip away because they're a little cautious. And the next thing you know, they're chasing the same guy they used to chase because they're like, "Wow, there's nobody out there for me. I've tried
Right.
this for 2 months now." But you everyone has to be somewhat guarded because that's smart.
Yep.
But
Yep.
you don't want to be
Too
Too
guarded.
guarded.
push away, stone wall. Nobody's going to get to know me until after 6 months. Well, not many people are going to wait 6 months to find out who you are.
Yeah, but you know what's
You know.
funny? I'm totally guarded back home because I do not get along well with Germans. I have to say that. But over here, it's like, I'm being myself. I let my guards down a lot. I'm just having a good time, enjoying myself,
Good.
and not having to put the second face on like
Not have to
Um,
be perfect.
somebody else.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, Dr. Love, with that, I just want to thank you, of course, for calling in and answering our questions, our callers and listeners' questions.
It was nice talking to you.
It's super
Yes.
nice.
That's
I just
Fantastic. It's always fun, ladies.
we got
The
started
more
a little
wine, the
late.
better.
yeah, we did.
The more wine, the better.
That's
I agree.
right.
I
We agree with that too.
Yes.
One.
But
All
we'll,
right, ladies.
we'll
have
see you.
Have a
We'll,
great evening. It was a pleasure.
Safe
and I will talk
travels.
to you next week.
okay,
All right,
Okay,
great.
bye.
Yay.
Karina says safe travels.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Karina says safe travels. Travel safely.
Safe travels. Thank you
There
very
you
much,
go.
and especially for our German lady going home. So,
Thank
very
you, sir.
He's
all
awesome.
right, ladies.
Thank you
Good
so
night.
much. All right.
Night.
bye.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Anyway, he hung up because I want to hang up the phone. I cannot use an Android. But with that being said, we have talked over our time tonight, and I know
Yeah.
we're females. We have families and husbands and things to get home to.
Yeah,
So
I do definitely.
Ashley has a couple of things to get home to.
I
outside
almost
of
want to
that-
follow her home, make sure that brush is done.
And that car
And
got
that
out of her
car.
yard.
That's right.
But in all seriousness, I know she's got two girls that's got waiting on mommy to get home. So,
Right.
Karina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
Yes.
having me.
Yes, it was
Uh,
great.
It was so great to meet you, and I'll see you before you go.
Oh, I bet.
Definitely.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Are you going to be in town next Thursday, or are you going to be out of town all next week with your friend?
I'll be out of town.
Out of town.
all next
Well, maybe
week.
you and your friend can tune in to Ladies Talk, and maybe
Just call in. Yeah.
you know, that would be pretty awesome.
We'll try to set something up for.
Yeah.
Well,
tomorrow
Maybe
we'll
night.
call
see.
it.
We'll see what she has planned. Because, like I said, it's been 5 years since I've seen her. So,
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll have a
Mm.
great time no matter what. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you, Ashley and Missy, for being here for sure. And let's all try to get together tomorrow night. Until
Yeah,
then, everybody,
definitely.
what's going on this weekend in the Just for Fun world? Stephanie normally keeps me in the loop.
Steph is planning to take me up to Helen.
Yeah, I don't think we have
Because
nothing.
I've asked her because I wanted just to see
Oh,
it
yes.
and see what
Karina
you guys.
wants to see Helen really, really bad.
Yeah,
So-
because
don't
for
blame
the
you.
simple
Yeah.
fact that I wanted to see what they sell you as being German.
yes.
Oktoberfest,
That
yes.
would be interesting.
That would be.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
hopefully-
going to do.
Hopefully she gets her trip to Helen because that would be kind of cool. Now I know that
Yes.
Saturday Scotty and the crew are going to Sweetwater Brewery for a little tour. I'll be working. I'm not complaining. Tell everybody already knows I've already complained. I'm not really
Mhm.
complaining. I whine.
I'll be
'cause-
cheering.
But hey, if I
Yay.
have the dates and everything about Saturday night, my friend coming down from Indiana, she's putting on a show for
That's
me.
right. She's going to have
Yes.
some.
I could let you know.
Yeah,
if
do
you
that.
wanna do
Maybe we
that.
could join you all for that. Who knows? I do know for a fact that our very own
Savannah.
Savannah Webb will be at Bear Creek Marina on Saturday night. So if you all have not got an opportunity to hear Savannah
She
Webb
is
Saturday
awesome.
night at Bear Creek
She
Marina,
is.
you can check her out. You will definitely enjoy her show. She is amazing. Speaking of, I'll go ahead and play a little bit of Savannah Webb as we're getting out of here. And as always, tomorrow morning you got DJ Scotty and the Fun Crew will be live at 7:30 a.m. And then join us next week, Monday through Friday, for all of your live shows.
Yeah,
free-
tune in. It's gonna be my last sit-in.
Yes, tomorrow will be Karina's
Yes.
last sit-in, and we miss you already. We
Oh,
really
you're
do.
so
It's gonna be
sweet.
sad for her to go back home. I met Karina the first time in St. Augustine
About 5
5 years ago.
Yes.
So that was the most beautiful wedding Scotty, in my opinion, has ever had the opportunity to DJ. It was on the rooftop,
Yes.
and it was a sunset, and it was
It was
absolutely
so
wow.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And that was Karina's first motorcycle ride because,
in a very long time. Yes.
yeah, she would love to ride again before she leaves here.
Yeah. So hey, all the friends out of Scotty's out there, tomorrow.
Anybody
please,
with a back
please,
seat that would like to
please,
take her for an awesome
please.
ride. I know that she would appreciate that. And with that being said, anybody else got anything they need to say?
Good
All right.
night.
Good night.
Good
Sweet
That's what I
night.
have to
Good
say.
night.
Good night. How do you say good night in German?
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Uh,
That's
Oh
what
wow, you're doing awesome.
I almost sound like I
Gute
almost say
Nacht.
that whenever
Gute Nacht.
when I'm extremely intoxicated. I think Christine sounds like that.
I can
Oh
say
my
Gute
goodness.
Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute
Gute
Nacht.
Nacht.
And have sweet dreams is schöne Träume.
Oh, see, now you're confusing me.
Okay.
I just need one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just one.
One more thing, and I want. Can you say I did it just for fun in German?
Ich hab's nur zum Spaß gemacht.
Oh heck, I can never
Oh,
say that.
Oh, I'm good on that. No, I'm
Anyway,
good. Yeah.
as we say in America or in English,
right.
we did it just for
So
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to Ladies Talk on Just for Fun Radio. Everybody, have a fabulous night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh my
That
God,
was
no, that was it.
That was a good show.
That
It was a
fun.
good show. I could never say that.
Yes, you
No,
you,
I
you
know.
would you would be able to after a while.
Hey, look, at least I
All right, everybody, say goodbye to
know.
YouTube. Bye.